Welcome back, geologists. How has your day been so far? Sounds like we're doing pretty well today. I love it. Are you ready to make some observations with me? I'm glad you're excited. I want to set up my models with you today in case you want to try them at home. And instead of using actual rocks and sand, I am using some things that you could find at home. Would you like to see what I'll be using today in my model? Awesome. I will be using water, steel-cut oatmeal, and this will be my sand. I also have some real rocks. I have pebbles to represent bigger, smoother rocks, and I have some fish tank rocks. I didn't have a lot of things that were really jagged, but if you do, you should use that. Just make sure it's hard so that it doesn't melt away with water. I also have some containers to hold my beach models, and I'm going to make little mounds with the different rocks. I'm then going to pour some water onto the mounds, and then we'll observe what happens. Afterwards, I'm going to move the water back and forth as though it were moving like waves. And this will hopefully help us understand why some rocks wash away and some do not. Should we just go ahead and get started? I think so too. Let me set up. I will be talking to you out loud while I prepare the models. So we're going to put out our 3 containers. And I'm going to make mounds of sand on this one. Like that. This will hold my pebbles that are smooth. And I'll make it about the same size as my sand mound. And my jagged rocks. Ooh. And we'll move this to the side so you can get a better view. Great. And then I have my water and I have a cup to pour. Awesome. Great. So again, this is going to be our sand model. And this one will represent our cliff model because it has some more jagged rocks. And this one's just to show a different texture and size, and it will provide us with more evidence. So we can already see that the sand is smaller and has a different texture than the cliff rocks. Now, I'm going to pour some water over the sand. Let's observe what happens. Ooh, what do you notice? Yeah, a lot of the sand just washed away and moved. Let's see what happens with our cliffs. Oh, remember, sideways, Maestra. So some of it washes away, but do you think it washed away like the sand did? Me neither. Why don't we test our third set of rocks? It didn't move at all. Great. Now I want us to try the next step. Let's try to replicate the waves and see what happens with each rock. Let's test out our sand model first. And I'm going to add some more water to each one so we can actually make waves. All right, so I'll add enough. Whoa. And this is going to help me make some waves. So I'm going to push the water. Push the water. Very interesting. I can kind of see why a sand habitat would not be as strong. Let's observe our cliff model now. Add some ocean water, make some waves. Very interesting. This moved a little differently than the sand. Let's move on to our third model. And some waves. So, the evidence that I've observed so far is that the smaller and slightly smoother rocks washed away more easily than the bigger and jagged rocks. I had also noticed while I was setting up that any movement I made with the sand made the rocks move, while the others didn't move as easily. When the rocks were moved and washed away by the water, we were actually modeling erosion. And erosion is when rock, soil, or sand is worn down and moved from one place to another. So today, I showed you models to show erosion, and tomorrow we will look at some rocks at the beach and show more examples of erosion. Our time is up for the day, but you still have the rest of the show to enjoy. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.